Hello, it is Tuesday. I would almost forget what day of the week it is. I'm sure I'm not the only one feeling that way. I feel a bit crumpled up because I've been working on some focused work and then I sort of rushed into this room to do the live drawing party with you guys. And so it's really great to see that you're all trickling in. I see some familiar faces and names. I see Hans Christian in here, Nora. There is also, let's see who else is here. Schnabelita is there again. Regula, sorry. It's really hard to speak and keep up with the comments. Today I want to do something because yesterday I filled up my whole accordion sketchbook. So maybe I can show you all the drawings that I did. But I also thought it would be a fun idea to do a little bit of hand lettering, because on that accordion sketchbook there's two covers basically, and it's really hard to see which one is which. So I was thinking if we do a little bit of hand lettering on that'll be a fun exercise. It's fun to do, and then you also know what is front and what is back, or what is front and what is front. Does that make sense? So I gathered some stuff. I'll show it, and then we can get going. Let me just get organized again, as always. Hang on. Somehow it did fit and now it doesn't fit anymore. There we go. Okay, so usually you might have a normal sketchbook, or maybe you do have an accordion sketchbook, and I kind of like using stickers or something else on the front of my sketchbooks. And of course, with an accordion sketchbook you have two pretty similar parts, a front and a back. And maybe it'll be fun to just go through what I have been doing throughout the weeks. So we started on March 18 with that very random thing from the kitchen. Then we drew our view. We did something with a continuous line technique, and then I skipped ahead, or actually I skipped back because there was a white space here, drawing some favorite foods. This is actually a recipe. Then we drew a corner of the room, which I might want to revisit sometime. That might be fun. Then we played with crayons, or I played with crayons, and we drew something from the kitchen or from the fridge. We drew our feet and played with drawing with our non-dominant hand. That was interesting. And then we played with crayons using limited colors. And here is a record or a report of a morning workout. So that was part one of the accordion sketchbook. And then there's another part which just goes on the back. Oh, I never know how to operate this. See, that's what I mean. That's why I need a clear cover. So on April 1st, we drew our hands. Then we painted with coffee. Then we painted some art tools, shoes. Then we zoomed into the shoes. And then I showed you how you can use your foreground to actually be better at drawing the proportions in the background. And we looked up at the shelf for a bit of a tricky perspective, which apparently was really tricky looking at these lines. And we went into the bathroom, grabbed some stuff and drew that. And then yesterday we had some super colorful fun. Thank you everybody for sharing what you have been making. I have seen so many fantastic colorful pieces of art. It's really bright and so much fun. So if you are making stuff in this series of Sketchbook School Drawing Parties, then please share your art using the hashtag SBS Drawing Party. So today I want to do a little bit of hand lettering. So let's see, yeah, it opens up here. This is the front, the first part. And I'm just going to go and do a little bit of freestyling, I think. I have gathered a few things and I'm actually looking for another one right here. So I have this calligraphy marker that I actually hardly ever use. There's a thinner flat tip and a thicker flat tip. So I thought I would try and use that for today. And I also have a Faber-Castell brush pen, pit brush pen. And I might use that. I also found these chalk markers, which are actually not just regular chalk markers, but they are metallic. And I might, because this is a blue background, I might want to use a white gel pen. But I could also use a little bit of gouache or poster paint, white, because that is opaque, so you can paint with that. But I also have a gouache stick, which might be handier, because that is sort of a dry kind of gouache. Not sure if I'm going to use it, but I have it all at hand. Okay, so this is part 1. This is March 18 to, I think, I didn't actually date this one. Could be Monday. Yes, it must be. No, because this is 30. March 30. I'm just gonna, March 30. That should be fine. It doesn't really matter, does it? Okay. So what I want to try and do is add the dates. I'll do that on this front and on the other front, so I know what goes where. And I'll add the hashtag. Maybe I'll start with that. So make sure it's the right side up, because otherwise it is no use at all. I'm not going to talk that much, because I'm sure that if I talk, I will make lots of mistakes. Sorry about that, but here we go. Fun thing about lettering, I think, is that you can actually do uppercase and lowercase and just use it all, mix it all together. I really like lettering, and that kind of stuff. So I always look for the fun shapes. I like these A's, I like these G's. So then I, try and incorporate the fun letters that stand out to me. Now what I could do is use a gray brush marker to see if I can actually add a little bit of shading. I don't know if that works on this blue. We'll see how that dries up. Might become a super muddy thing, but I don't really mind if it is. You know, even the front or the cover of your sketchbook can be your playground. I kind of like it. It does give just a teeny tiny effect. I could use maybe a darker gray, but I kind of like it. Maybe I should I use that silver? Maybe just add a little bit confetti. I've been using gifs of confetti too in the stories. Somehow that makes it extra festive. And we don't call this a drawing party for nothing. So I think we need confetti. There we go. Okay, so that is the first part of my lettering. I might actually make this swirl here and then I can draw the date here. I think that is fun. Of course, I could do a lot more of this. It's kind of a Zen thing to do. It's kind of a meditative thing to just add these stippling bits and pieces. And you can also, you know, stipple in your letters. So you can make these open and then stipple them. I might try and do that on the other side. See if how much time we have left. Okay. And then I will. It's really great that it has these lines because that makes it easy for me to keep the letters same size. So I started on March 18 and the last one I think was March 30. I'm just gonna put that there. So maybe I will use a different lettering for that. Otherwise I'm writing the same word twice and it's just no fun. So how can I indicate? Maybe I'll just teeny tiny add this to March 18 to March 30. Cool, cool, cool. I like it. I don't think this needs more. Maybe a few dots to connect. And I'm happy with this. I'm happy with it. And now I could add, what can I add? I can add a little bit of that shading here too. And the shading is basically just tracing parts of the letters. You just need to think about if the letters would actually be a thing, if the light comes from a certain place or a certain angle, then on the other side, the shadow would fall. So let's go to that other side. Here it is. I'll do the same thing. Maybe I'll use a different tool or no. Yeah, why not? I'll use the silver. Uh-oh, I am not going to make that fit, can I? I can. Good. little bit of gold. And I'll use the black again to write April. I'm just going to freestyle this whole thing. It might be horrible, but again, it doesn't matter. This is just play, play, play. And here, this is what I wanted to show you. You can also fill these letters with a little bit of stippling. It can be fun too. It's confetti inside of the letters. And that was April 1st. To, what is today's date? 14, is it? Yes, it is. 14, because technically this is also one of the exercises. That is ugly, nice and ugly. Okay, maybe we'll do something with this. Just because I have it here. Okay. I'm done. I'm just kind of done. Just let's emphasize on that ugly lettering over here. Because why not? I think what could also be fun is maybe trace your letters with a different color, with white, for example. Of course, you can also do this lettering in the beginning of your sketchbook to write your name, because you should never forget to write your name and your contact details in your sketchbook, because what if you lose it and someone finds it? And even if it's kind of ugly or not so beautiful, it's still you. And you can actually, if you don't like your handwriting, you can actually really practice to make it look better. Because writing letters is basically drawing letters. So there's no excuse to try and get better at it. If you can get better at drawing because of practicing, you can also get better at your lettering. Okay, I'm done for today. I like it. I'm done with this sketchbook. So tomorrow I'll start a new one. I guess I'll have to find one. The year 2020. Yes, that is a good one, Katrin. I need to add that. Absolutely true. I'll do it with gold. And maybe I'll do it here too, with black. Excellent suggestion. Thank you. Good. Well, that was just a little bit more than 15 minutes, but I hope you have been lettering too, or that you will actually be lettering in your sketchbook. You might want to pick a quote, or maybe you want to letter your name, or something completely different, or a word that you like. It doesn't really matter. Just go on and practice and have some fun with letters, because letters are so much fun to draw. Good. I am going to go back to working on my focus work that I was doing. This was a really good break for me. Creativity break, a little party. I hope you enjoyed it too, and I will be here again tomorrow, same time, same place. Bye.